Now we know how to create variables, we can move on and use these variables in calculations within our program. We're going to have a look at some of this simple arithmetic covering addition, subtraction, division and multiplication within ABAP. So first of all, let's have a look at addition. It's all very simple stuff. First of all, we'll just tidy this up. Let's get rid of those constants. So let's say our program needs to add two numbers together. Each number is stored in its own unique variable, and we want to store the product of the two numbers in a brand new variable that we can call result. So first off, we'll declare a new data variable. And we'll actually use the like statement. And we'll make it the same as packed decimal 01. Let's line them up. Now, as you can probably imagine, it doesn't take much in the way of code to add two numbers together. All we need to do is write result, which is the variable we declared here, equals, because my typing's terrible, I'm just going to copy integer 01 plus packed decimal 01 with a full stop at the end. Pretty printer, everything looks good. We'll check it. I managed to get the syntax correct. So let's take a look at what this is actually doing. Very straightforward. It's just adding integer 01 and packed decimal 01 and putting the product of those two into the variable result. If we want to check, then let's add a write statement. And we'll just write result. Activate our program. And there we can see the result, 16.5. Let's go through this a little bit deeper. Even though it looks super simple, there's just a few things that we need to go through. And the first one is, for any arithmetic operations, we always have to have the equal sign to the left of the actual calculation. And the variable to hold the result needs to be to the left of the equal sign. When the calculation is executed, the two variables to the right of the equal sign always stay the same, and it's only the variable to the left that will be updated. Now in our case, we have a variable called result. If that already held a number prior to the calculation taking place, it would then be overwritten with the new result of the calculation. You'll also notice I put a space in front and behind the equal sign. You've always got to do this. And also between the actual arithmetic operators as well. Always put a space in front and behind. As your calculations become more complex, you'll start to use parentheses, and you must ensure that you insert blank characters before and after the parentheses to separate them from your arithmetic operators. Now, when I say you've got to make sure you insert a space before and after, one space is the minimum. You can, for instance, like I often do, so I can line up my code and make it a lot more readable, you can insert as many spaces as you want, and it will all still work the same. And this allows us to define our calculations across many lines within the ABAP editor. Now, as you can imagine, we're not just stuck to calculating the value of variables. We can also use individual values in our calculation, just as shown here. So as an example, let's just output the result. There we go.